All right, welcome everyone to the stream. Hello. Gonna call you Rig. Is it Riggs Jr. I'm just gonna call you Rig for short. So he asked if I had a video on how to install police of how to make the NPC police cars use the DLC police cars, which no, I do not have a video, as I did mention in the chat that I don't have a video explaining it yet, but I probably will later on. But I will definitely explain it in the stream on how to get the actual NPCs to use the DLC vehicles that you installed, whether they're going to be the replaced vehicles or vehicles that you end up using from like an actual add-on that doesn't actually replace any of the vehicles, because you've got add-on vehicles which add on to the vehicle or add on to the game, so they don't change anything with the base game, and then you have replaced vehicles that replace the default vehicles. So we'll definitely explain how to do that within LSPDFR and some other plugins as well, like depending on what backup system you use, whether it's Ultimate Backup or Policing Redefined, I'll go over how to do that for that as well. I use Policing Redefined just because I think, even though it has some bugs in it, I think it's better overall than Stop the Ped and Ultimate Backup, because it gets rid of 2 plugins with just 1 simple mod. So we're gonna kind of continue off of from where we were last time. So last time we kind of only really installed 1 vehicle pack, which was an add-on pack, and we changed some stuff in the configuration files so that way we weren't using some of the vehicles that were included in that actual mod. So we're gonna start things up by going to our OpenIV, and we're gonna go into our Windows section here to get this loaded up, just to get it nice and up. And then I actually did end up going to download one more thing that I will put into, I should do that right now real quick. I'll put it in my Google Docs for probably like some of your modding essentials that I would recommend you have depending on how you want to use it. So let me put it, where did I put the other one? I'll put it right here with next to the add-on creator. So I'm going to make a new link inside my document, and I'm going to call it the vehicle meta merger. And then I'm actually just going to go get the link from it, because I'm not sure if I can actually type it out inside the actual thing. And it is this one right here. So let me grab this link, and then I will paste that inside of my document. I believe that is, yep, okay. And we might actually end up getting the other one as well. It's another kind of merger file. So the reason why I got that was because we're having some issues with some car variations meta. Hey, thank you for the follow, or subscribe. Thank you for subscribing, GR Riggs. So I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. So we had some issues with getting to merge our two of our tow truck files to merge together, and I believe that was with their car variation metas. But a cool thing that that vehicle merger that I added into the document does is it actually allows you to merge all of your different meta files together into one big thing. So I ended up taking the two Carcels metas that the tow trucks offered and merging them together to come into this output of them both being merged together. I haven't tested it out quite yet, So I might end up doing that here shortly. But let's go ahead and let's go back to our actual install here. We're gonna go to our vehicles. So these are the vehicles that we have actually installed so far. So we've installed the wrecker, the rollback, and the Theo's ELS statewide pack. Those are the 3 things that we've installed vehicle wise so far. And let's go ahead and let's do this 23 SRT charger updated. So I'm going to open this up, and then I'm going to come into the ELS files, and it replaces FBI. This is the meta files for the vehicle that he mentioned, but we're actually going to change this meta file. So I'm actually kind of glad that he actually got it here as well, and then he's got the tutorial here as well. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to go into the ELS. I'm going to minimize all of these real quick. I'm going to take this FBI thing, and I'm going to take and I'm drag it out. The SRT charger, I'm going to take all of these out, and I'm going to drag them out as well. And then that is just the template. We don't really need to worry about that right now. Let's see, information. There's the add-on conversion. Yeah, this is just vehicle install. Okay, so that's fine. So what we're going to do is, let me get rid of all of these things here, just so that way they're not opened anymore. Okay, so I'm going to rename these files now. I'm going to rename it to SRT char for charger. So I'm going to rename this. Rename. Okay, that did not work. Rename. There we go. We're going to call it SRT charge, just like that. And then I'm actually going to end up copying this part, Control C. And then I'm going to hit enter so that it saves. I'm going to rename this one as well. Control V, SRT charge. And I'm going to rename this one as well. But we're going to keep the underscore high in there, but we're just going to take off the FBI part. And then same thing here, we're going to rename this to charge. Now inside of our Grand Theft Auto 5 folder, not that one, Grand Theft Auto 5. We're going to go into our ELS pack default, and we're going to take this SRT charger XML, and we're going to drag and drop it into here. Okay, now inside of OpenIV, let's go into update X64 DLC packs, and then our DLC pack that we created, LSPD cars. DLC, X64 levels, GTA 5 vehicles, vehicle to RPF. Let's take these files and we'll drag and drop them. Oh, sorry. Let's hit edit mode first. That's very important that we hit edit mode first. Let's take these files and drag and drop them to here. And then we go back by one, go in there. And then we can go all the way down to the SRT right here. SRT charge. So that is the vehicle right there. I believe it does have extras for a light bar and all that. I mean, not light bar, a RAM bar. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to our LSPD cars, gonna go into DLC RPF, X64 levels, GTA 5. No, sorry. Let me make sure it's like that. There we go. Going to common, and then data, and then we're gonna go back to here, right here. Gonna go to the meta file, and we're gonna copy all of this. Control C to copy it. And then we're going to go inside of here, into the handling.meta. We're going to edit it. Let me make sure that is an actual meta. No, this is not a handling meta. This is a this goes into the vehicles meta. So let's go into levels, GTA 5 vehicles meta. Let's edit this. I believe it comes in. Let me make sure this real quick. Okay. Model name. All right, let's see if it has item reward. Let's see if it has any of the tags. Okay, flags. Okay, let me see if this is I think this is the vehicle meta file then. Let's see, tags. Yes, it goes here. Okay. So it goes inside the vehicle meta. So let's edit it. Gonna go all the way down to the bottom to probably this item right here. We're gonna go below it and we're gonna hit paste just like that, and then we're gonna come up here to the very top of where it is, and we're going to change the name from F by B to SRT charge. SRT charge, because we want to make sure it's the same spelling as it is here. And then the game name, we're going to call it SRT charger. Name hash dominator, it has the handling of the comment. And then we're going to control A, control C, and then we're going to go over to our web browser, and we're going to go to an XML validator to make sure this XML is validated. And it is a valid XML, so we'll hit save on that. That is the vehicles.meta. Now I want to see to make sure that he didn't have like a handling.meta either. Let's see, information. Going through it, cruiser files, you need to use my fix. Okay. My server fix file fix any curve from any. Okay, that's not what I was looking for either. There are only two. There's only this one thing that says click and click and out. Yeah. Okay, so all right, so what we'll do is we will test this out now. And something that I definitely do want to do as well is I want to take the meta file from this vehicle here to go into this vehicle, because this also uses the FBI slot. So let's take these out real fast. And then we're going to call it the C8. So let's go ahead and let's rename this. And we're going to call it the C8P. I'm not sure why that got moved over, but that's all right, whatever. Rename C8P. Rename C8P, and then rename C8P. Let's take this C8P. Actually, I think I've already got it in here, I think, which I do, but let's go ahead and let's replace it. And then we're going to go into our x64 levels GTA 5 vehicles because RPF. And then we're going to take the 3CHP files and we're going to drag them into here. Okay, so that's the CHP. We know the vehicle works from when we tested it in the last stream, but it wouldn't pull people over. So that's why I was kind of confused as to why it wasn't pulling people over. Let's move that stuff there for now. Let's go grab the meta files from this vehicle just to look at it. So we actually need to take this folder. Let's go to mods, update x64 DLC packs. Let's take the CHP or C8P, sorry, and drag and drop it over there. We're gonna open it up, go to DLC RPF, data. Now it had a car coolest meta, car variations meta, and a handling meta. So we're gonna take the handling and the vehicle metas. Those are the only two that we're gonna touch. And we'll take the car coolest meta as well. So let's copy these. Let's copy the vehicle, that meta. And we only need this part right here, this item. We're going to go drag it all the way down to the very bottom, to the very end of this item tag right here. So we know we need all of it. So I'm wondering if, yeah, we need it down to there as well. So what I think we'll do is we'll actually merge them together. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this vehicle's meta and we're going to take it out. But the handling not meta, we can just take this. Let's take all of this all the way down to the very last item, and we'll hit Control C to copy it. We'll go to the DLC packs, LSPD cars, DLC, common, data, and then handling.meta. Let's edit it. And then at the very bottom is where we'll paste this. So at the very end of this, we'll hit enter and then paste. And then we'll make sure that this is valid by going to our valid data. And it's a valid XML, so we'll save it. Okay, now for the vehicle that meta, what we're going to do is we're going to take this vehicle that meta that we have here. We're going to rename it to just say vehicles 2. And then we'll take the vehicle meta from inside of here. We'll drag it out. We're going to go into the vehicle merger. We're going to take these two vehicle meta files and we're going to put them right in here. Vehicle meta. So they're right in here now. And then we're going to run this program right here. Okay, so merge. Let's see, merge vehicle.meta. We're going to press 1 on our keyboard and then hit enter. And it merged all of them into there. And now it should be in our outputs, vehicles.meta. And we will come all the way down to the bottom and it should have the parents of all of them, which it does, just like that. Okay, now we're going to copy this. And then we're going to go back to our OpenIV. And we don't need that anymore for now. We'll go back to our OpenIV. We'll edit this. We'll hit Control A and then Control V. And then we'll backspace twice. So that way these are where they're supposed to be. So we'll hit save. And that vehicle meta is now in there. Now there's something in the vehicle.meta for that car that I need to look at. Gotta make sure it has all the tags that it needs. Because there's something inside of one of these files that someone had said that it needed to have a certain value in order for it to work. Because it has these tags for that is a police vehicle. Type, vehicle type, car, dashboard type, vehicle class, VC emergency. Yep. Okay. Now let me go make sure that there's nothing else inside of C8 that we need to grab. Like maybe the... Okay, nothing there. And nothing there. Okay, so that's all that it was for this car. And then the carcos, we'll grab this. And this one was actually very difficult to do. So we're going to grab this carcos.meta. We can actually... We'll delete these for now. And we'll just keep them there for now. We're going to take this carcos.meta. We're going to drag it out. We're going to... Sorry, we shouldn't actually need it because it's for that specific vehicle and the other one didn't have a carcos.meta. So we're not going to worry about the carcos meta. We'll have it use a default carcos meta. So we can go ahead, let's go ahead and let's delete this now. LSPD cars, DLC, common, data. We'll open this, search C8P, which it's right there. And then we will go into the levels, GTA 5 vehicles.meta. We'll open it up and we'll look for C8P. It's right here. Coquette. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's do a couple test runs now that we've got it kind of looking up. Now that we've kind of got them installed for now. We'll close that out. So we will go open our Rage plugin hook. You always definitely want to test things to make sure they actually work before you do any like editing to the config files inside of LSPDFR. Because we definitely want to make sure that the vehicles actually are able to pull over the you know, are actually able to pull people over. Because if not, then that is something that I need to change within the configuration files inside OpenIV. Let's get loaded in. I think we have about at least 30 vehicles that are all that are add-on. Well, some of them are add-on and some of them are replaced, because there are some that still do replace the vehicles that I have. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll get out of the shower real fast. We will get outside. Get out into the roadways here. We'll press F3. We'll go to our vehicle spawning and then go down to our added vehicles menu. Okay, so we got the 55 rollbacker or wrecker, sorry. Okay, its lights now work. That's one thing that was not working beforehand. make sure that the rollback works as well. Which, yeah, it works as well as lights work too. So I would take that out. Yes, I can see you. I can see your message. Oh, I'll say yes. Okay, so the one that we had issues with beforehand was the CHP, which it says it's an emergency vehicle, just like it is there. So let's spawn it. And then one thing that we do need to do is we need to go on duty to test it out. So we'll go to F4 and then we'll do FO to bring up this thing, and we'll hit tab. Alpha Gaming, know that I am no, I'm not Alpha Gaming. I've just the Game and Wolf. I did do a rebrand from a different name though, that I have no associations with anymore. Let's see. Association. Okay, now that we're on duty, let's see if we can actually pull anyone over with this car, because that's an issue that we had previously. Nope, still can't pull people over with it. Okay, so something's still wrong with this vehicle and its meta file, so we'll try to figure that out. So let's go ahead and let's grab the SRT charger, if I can find it. Right there.
Dispatch, suspect located, moving to engage.
Okay, so this is emergency vehicle and we'll see if it works. Okay, we'll see if we can pull anyone over with this car. Okay, so this vehicle is not working either. So it's not pulling people over at all as well. So there's definitely something inside the files that I need to like. So there's definitely those two vehicles I definitely need to look into. Give me a minute. Okay, so those vehicles for some reason are not pulling people over. So let's quit out of the game. And we're going to take them out for now just because they're not doing what they are supposed to be doing. I'm going to go into edit mode. I'm going to go to the C8P. And we're going to take it out of the actual game now. So all the way down to that part. We'll remove it. And then we're going to remove this one as well. And we'll hit save. And then same thing for the actual handling.meta. C8P. Oops. P. We'll take it out. I didn't hit edit mode. That's my bad. Edit mode. There we go. C8P. Get rid of that. And then same thing for the SRT. Oh wait, we didn't have it inside of the handling meta. We only had it in the vehicles that meta. Search SRT. Let's take this out. All the way down to this one right here. Because I believe that is all just the SRT one, which it is. Take it out and hit save. Let's see, just to see if there's anything else that we need to change. Search C8P. Make sure there's nothing here. SRT. Nope. All right. So for some reason, those two are not working how we want them to. So that is completely fine. What we're going to do is, let's see if we have any other vehicles inside of this to look at too. Oops. So we do have this one, but I don't think it's going to work either. But it's a replacement. It's a replace FBI. Okay. So I have to look to see what's going on with these things. So I'm wondering if it's curious. I'm curious if it's actually inside the XML here for EOS that might be causing it. Which I don't see. Okay. So we're going to delete these for now. SRT charger. We'll delete those ones for now because they are not actually working as they're supposed to be. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go to the DLC, LSPD cards, DLC RPF, XC4 levels, GTA 5, vehicles RPF. And then we're going to go to the C8P, oops, P. We're going to delete these. And then the SRT. Delete those. And delete that one as well. Yes. Okay. So one thing that I'm going to do is it's inside the Paleto Bay one, which I think it's this one here. Yes, it's this. So I need to go to its YDT files. So it's going to be right here. Probably both of them, the high and the Y. And I'm going to go to this kind of format. And it's this one, reflector. I'm going to delete this because I don't want it. I'm going to hit save. Same thing for the PD one. Let's see, search. Reflective. We're going to delete it. And then save. And then I'm going to go into this alternate liveries for his packs. And I'm going to go to the YTD replacements. And what I'm going to do is for the USLA, I'm going to replace this with the inside here. So I'm going to take all of these and drag and drop them. Same thing for these vehicles here. The only ones that I'm not going to change are FBI ones, because those ones should stay unmarked. Speed enforcement, don't worry about. We don't need to worry about them. LSSD ones we can do. These are just texture files, basically. We're just changing how they're going to look in the game. To a better looking one, I would say. That was definitely a weird one, though. We don't need to worry about the LSPD vehicles. LSIA, we'll do that one because it does have a better texture for it. And then Grapeseed Police, we will do these ones. Just like so. And then the BC Stove cars, we will do this one now too. We're just basically replacing the liveries on these cars right now. And I do know that these vehicles do actually pull people over. Which I wish the other ones would too, but they don't. Maybe I can take a handling.meta from one of these vehicles and use it for the SRT. Okay, that's done. Because I believe I do have a sheriff vehicle that is or a police vehicle that is a charger. Let's see here. FBI 3. Yeah, FBI 3. I might be able to take it from FBI 3, the handling meta at least, and the vehicles.meta, and get it to work with the other ones. That might be an idea. So if I go to the DLC.rpf and go to common data, and I go to the handling meta, and the FB, well, they don't even have FBI 3 here. But he has FBI 6. But you generally want to find one that actually uses the same vehicle as the one that you're trying to install. So let's see, do we have another one? That is that. Okay, we could definitely use this one here. The LSSD2. So let's see if that one's one. DLC, common data, open, search, LSSD. Nope, there is no 2. So he must be using a... It should be in the vehicles.meta though. So let me edit this. Search LSSD2. Yeah. Handling ID police 2. 18 charger LSSD. Dodge. No Windsor standard. Default. 1. That stuff is all 1. Emergency vehicle. Back plate. Type car. It's got all those flags on it. We'll look at that later. We'll just save it how it is. So we took out those two vehicles because they weren't working. They spawned in and everything, but they weren't being able to pull people over. So it's something that we'll look into a little bit later on. All right, so let's go back to our OpenIV. Sorry, not OpenIV, back to our group thing here. And that's basically all of the vehicles I use that are free, I guess you could say. And that is like all the vehicles I use that are the free stuff for now. I want to try to get all of the like free stuff out of the way. So now that I've used all of my vehicles that I have that are free, we're gonna go into some of the configs. So sorry, not configs, the audio. So we're gonna go into this. There's a couple things here that we actually can't do right now just because of how it works. So we'll do this. We'll actually do the audio stuff with everything else. But let's talk about how you can get the vehicles to actually spawn with your AI and all that. So if we go to, I'm going to make the full screen of our Grand Theft Auto 5. So if we go to Grand Theft Auto 5 and we go to our LSPDFR, this is going to be for the default ones. And we're actually going to install a config file. So we're going to go back to here. Sorry, not there. We're going to go back to this here. We're going to go to our config. And we're going to install this EUP police and redefine configuration. We're going to go to plugins. Nope, that's not what I want. Let's see. This is just for policing redefined. Yeah, it requires all those. Siren 7 Lumen Adjuster. Okay, yeah. And those are required vehicles. But we can change all this stuff. So we're not going to worry about that right now. There is, I think it's on my Google Docs is where it's at for the config. Let's see. I see. Is it this one? No, it is not this one. So let me see if I can go find it real quick. I know it is here somewhere, not too far down. It's by Lenny. We're gonna go more search options, and we're gonna go to by author, Lenny. And it's this Lenny. And we're gonna search. Oops. We're gonna do EUP. We're gonna search again. Here it is. I believe it's this one. I think this goes where it needs to go. No, that is just for that. Okay. I think it's inside essential mods then. EUP basic configurations. These files will allow you to use some of the EUP outfits for your character, but also for NPCs and spawn. Okay. So it's, yeah. It's actually inside EUP, which I have the paid version of that. So let's go ahead and let's do the rest of our Rage plugin hooks, which the only one that we have left is this gate fix one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to install this real fast. Take off all of those. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me reopen all this stuff again. Sorry. So open this back up, minimize it, and then I'm going to open up the Grand Theft Auto 5 folder, minimize it, bring it over to this window, bring that up, go to the Rage plugins, go to the gate fix plugins, and just drag and drop these two in there. I don't remember installing gate fix, but okay. I don't remember doing that. So we basically installed all the scripts that we're going to be using and all that. We installed all of the free vehicles. We installed, actually, I don't think we've installed the weapon yet. So let's go ahead and let's do that. So let's go with the weapon now. So we're going to open up this file here, and then we're going to go to OpenIV, go to Windows, go to mods, single player, and we're going to take this right here. I'm going to go to update X64 DLC packs. I'm going to drag and drop this. I'm going to hit edit mode, sorry. I'm going to drag and drop this into here. And these are just optional stuff, so we're not going to worry about it. We're going to go into this how to install thing, and we're going to take this item DLC, and we're going to control C to copy it. And we're going to get out of all of these things because we don't need them no more. There we are. And we're going to go to update pref, common, data, and then inside our DLC list, edit it, go all the way down to the bottom, hit enter once, and then control V to paste that, and we'll hit save. And then this should have the spawn name in here, I think. No, okay. But the spawn name should be what the actual name of the weapon is inside of here. So let's go to mods, update, X64 DLC packs, and come into X64 weapons to RPF. It's called the coal baton is what it's called, I believe. So to get this as a default thing for LSPDFR when we load in is we're going to go to our Grand Theft Auto 5, going to go into our LSPDFR data, and then we're going to go into custom. So we're basically going to go into our inventory XML. We're going to copy it, and we're going to paste it into our custom. And we're going to open this up. So this is the patrol that we get. So these are all the patrol's weapons that we get. Now we can add another weapon into here to change it. So 45. So you get 2 of those, and you get a shotgun. But then the patrol stun, you get the shotgun, combat pistol, and with the weapon stun. So you actually want to change these things here. So I'm going to change this right here. And I'm going to add another chance to it. So I'm going to copy this to see if it works. And instead of saying weapon, I'm going to have it say the coal baton. And then I'm going to get rid of this one here. And that is 45. And then patrol, I'm actually going to change this weapon pump shotgun to, okay, we have the weapon stun gun, never mind. So we have all of those. So if I save this, and if we go on duty, it should give us that weapon, the cool baton one. So we'll go in and we'll test it real fast. But that was definitely strange. What it conspired in chat and all that. So I'm gonna go to this information. All right. So we're going to see if it works. If we go on duty, if it's going to give us the baton. So we're actually just going to go to LSPDFR and we're going to go to character, go to nearest police station. We're going to go on duty. Go on duty. We'll go to police locker. Oops. Yeah, we'll go to police locker. Cop. Officer. Patrol. Confirm. And then we'll walk out and see if we have a baton. The baton that we just added. So let's see here. Ooh, wrong one. It's tab. We have a flashlight. Okay. We still have the shotgun. So that didn't get changed. And we still have the 2 pistols, which we probably need to change inside of the default then. So let's go to settings. Sorry, game. Quick game. This is all pretty much up testing, but to go about doing the vehicles is you would come for LSPDFR's sake, you go to the data, and obviously when you have regions in here, they'd be, you'd be put into here. For some reason that didn't work. But all of these things here, like the these duty selections and stuff like that, and the backup XMLs, these are all the backups types. Let's see. They actually need to be in a custom folder. So until we get something here, it actually won't do anything for us. But for the PR, what you would do is you go to plugins, LSPDFR, policing redefined, and then inside of here, you would go to your backup section, and for the custom regions, you come into here, and it has all these zones. So here, this is where you would change the vehicle to whatever vehicle you wanted it to be. Instead of having police 2 or like police and police 2 and police 3 here for, say, these high crime areas, you can change that to whatever the name of the vehicle that you want to be there. And that is through here. And obviously there's not very much stuff here because there's, you know, there's air, which I'm pretty sure Los Santos Airport. So for this, actually, I'm going to change this to, I'm only going to have one vehicle. I'm not going to have both these vehicles here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this one. And then I'm going to change this one right here to LSIA. Oop, A. There we go. I'm going to change the chance to 100. And then everything else, I'm just going to keep it how it is. Just like that. That's the ones that the airport police gets. And I'm going to come down here to the handgun section, and I'm going to give them a combat pistol. Control C. LSIA handgun section. Control V. And I'm going to change the chance to 100. So they always get a combat pistol. And then same thing for the non-lethal weapon. They're going to get a stun gun. Control C. Non-lethals. Control V. But that's actually, I think I need to copy it just how it is like this. So let's take it like this. Control C, copy that. And up here where it has the non-lethal, Control V. We'll bring this back over so it's aligned with everything else. Just like so. We'll take out the pistol here. So it's just the one. I'm going to change it to 100% chance. And then we're going to go weapons, lethal, non-lethals. Just like so. And we'll save this right now. So let's save it. And then we will go do a test real quick to see if that new vehicle that we added is what will respond to us in the airport area. So hit continue. This is going to be a lot of loading in the game and loading out of the game and a bunch of all that other stuff. So I do definitely apologize for like not doing a lot of installing stuff, because most of your things that you do with LSPDFR is you do a bunch of testing. before you get a stable game. You do a bunch of testing to make sure everything actually works the way it's intended to. So we might actually end up installing some of our paid stuff that we pay for, just so that way we get them in the game and we're good to go there. Like our paid vehicles. We do have a couple paid vehicles that we use. So I'm gonna go to the airport right down here. So I'm gonna come right to there. I'm gonna go to F3. I'm gonna go to teleporting, and I'm going to teleport to waypoint. Here we are. And then we're gonna go on duty. So let's go F4. We will do force duty. Just go on duty real fast. We'll let this stuff actually load in this time. Now, if we request backup, it should bring the vehicle that we actually told it to bring, the add-on car. So let's see. Requesting code 2 backup.
Police responding code 2.
All right, let's see if they come over here. We'll do fast dispatch. Which police 2 showed up, so maybe we need to be more in the airport area. So let's get more over into this area.
Hey Johnny, you going to the meeting tonight?
We'll dismiss those guys. There we go. Maybe we weren't quite close enough to the airport for it to actually show up, you know. Which that could be a reason. So let's get farther into the airport area. And let's do code 3 backup this time. Requesting code 3 backup.
Police responding code 3.
Oh, hey Martha, what's going on, sister?
Let's see if they actually do the vehicle that I want.
Yeah, I know, she called me too.
Or if it's going to be the same car as last time.
I get it, Martha. Damn, I help when and where I can.
No, it's still police 2. So we'll look into that. Because for some reason it's still not bringing those guys over.
How's it hanging?
It's been way too long.
Unless they're in the actual airport, you know, that could be a thing. So let me get a vehicle real quick. We're gonna spawn and warp, and we're gonna do the LSIA. There we go. Because this is a vehicle that we're trying to get them to spawn in to come to us with. Let's go into the actual airport and see if that does anything. I don't know why it would, but you never know. Because now we're in the airport, so hopefully it would actually spawn them here. Okay, let's see. Requesting code 3 backup.
10-4.
Okay. Requesting code 3 backup.
Police is responding code 3.
Wait, where are they at? Oh no, they're right there. Okay, so we'll do it later. But I know it does work. I just gotta do the config files. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to I'm gonna exit the game. And I want to, I'm gonna install the other vehicles that I mentioned. They are paid, but I do want to get them in. Do you use NVE? No, I do not use NVE. It actually has been reported to cause a lot of crashing issues. So if you want to use a good mod, either do Quant V or Quantum 5, or do CoreFX. CoreFX is free, and that is actually the graphics mod that I will be using. I haven't installed it quite yet, but I will be installing it, and I will be using that. Is CoreFX. It's free. All you do is you go to their Patreon and you just follow their Patreon. It's completely free, and you can download the actual file from their Patreon. You can find it on my actual Google Docs as well. So I'm gonna open this up right here. I'm gonna go into the paid. Now these are all the paid vehicles that I'm using. Oops. Well, these are all the paid stuff that I have. It's not just paid vehicles, but it's a bunch of other stuff. So we have let's go down to our vehicles here. So we have the ambulance here that we're going to be using. Add on. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our OpenIV, and we're going to put all these vehicles into our one file. XC4 DLC packs. Ooh, edit mode. Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these vehicles here, and we're going to add them into OpenIV, just so that way we can get ready to merge them all into one area. Add on DLC pack. So we are going to merge all of these cars into my one DLC pack. And then the Wayland right here. Add on files. Wayland Edge. Okay. So we'll start with this one here. Okay, Edge, Crown Vic, Charger, Impala, Charger, Challenger, Charger K9. So the only one that I really don't want in here is, let's see. Have you even seen the Blazer before? That's kind of cool. Is the Cybertruck. That's like the only one in here that I just don't want. Because who wants a Cybertruck? So I'm going to take all these other ones out, and we're going to put them into our other files. So we're going to go into, we're going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call it the Wayland Edge. I want something good with no drop FPS. So CoreFX, from what I've noticed, it doesn't drop your FPS really that much with CoreFX. The main thing that drops your FPS, especially when it comes to graphics, is when you add in a bunch of different like add-on things. So inside of here, the only ones that I do not want are the Cyber. Where is a Cybertruck right here? These are the only ones I don't want is the Cybertruck ones. I don't really care for the Cybertruck. So we'll delete those. Was it just two of them? Cybertruck, Cybertruck YTD. Should definitely be another Cybertruck in here. But I don't see another Cybertruck. Oh, because it's 23. It'd be up here. 23 Cybertruck. Must have just been those two. Okay, hold on. Let me delete all these files real quick. Delete. And let me take all these files once again. Oh, let me deselect the Cybertruck one, the 3 Cybertruck ones. There we go. So there are 70 selected items. And then I should have 70 items. Yep, I do. Okay, I'm going to go to DLC packs. I'm going to go into my LSPD cars, DLC RPF, common, data, not that, X4 levels, GTA 5 vehicles, vehicle to RPF. And I'm going to come to here. I'm going to take all these, and I'm going to drag and drop them right into here. And then something that I am actually going to do is I'm now going to rename them to a different thing. But not quite yet, because now we need to get the other meta files in here. So we're going to go back to our DLC packs. Going to go to the Wayland pack, DLC, data, take the car variations.meta, and need to make sure that we don't need to edit anything. So Quant V or Core FX, yeah, those are the two main ones I would use, is Quant V or Core FX. NVE adds way too much stuff into it, and it causes very bad texture loss. And you definitely be able to see frame rate loss as well with NVE. So I definitely go with Quant V or Core FX for the graphics. Handling meta. Take all of this. So which one do you think is better? If you want to go for the paid route, I would definitely say that the Quant V is better. But if you're looking for a more free kind of style, Core FX. That was the handling meta. Yeah. No problem. We're going to Control A, Control C, make sure that this is still a valid XML. So we always want to make sure that these are valid. Okay, we have a mismatch somewhere. So let's see here. Says at 11:58. Let's scroll up to 1158. Sub handling metadata. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to close that out and we're going to merge our handling metas together. So we're going to go to our handling.meta here. We're going to drag it out. And we're going to do the same thing inside of this other one. We go to the Wayland pack, DLC, x64, data, not x64, data, and then handling meta right here. We're going to, let's rename this one. So let's rename it. We'll call it handling 2. And we'll take this handling meta out. Vehicles.meta 1 shouldn't be too hard to actually add in everything. So let's just add in the vehicles.meta. Because this one's not too bad. The vehicles.meta is probably the easiest one to add in. I'm gonna add this stuff in. This one's pretty big though. Actually, we're gonna merge the vehicle meta as well. So let's take the vehicle.meta out from this one, and we'll name it 2. Rename 2. And we'll do the same thing for the car variations.meta. Rename it to 2. And I think that is all the data files that we need for the Wayland pack. So we're going to delete it now. We're going to go into our LSPD cars, DLC, common, data. Going to take out our car variations meta. We already have our handling.meta. Now we just need the vehicles.meta. Vehicles.meta. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's minimize all these just for now. We'll go into our vehicle merger, go into our outputs. We'll delete these. We'll delete these. We have nothing on our car variations, nothing on our handling. We definitely have stuff on our vehicles, so we'll delete that. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the 2 vehicle metas. So let's move them into here. Take our 2 car variations metas, move them into here. And then take our 2 handling metas, move into here. All right, now let's run the program. So we want to merge our vehicle metas. So let's start with that. Merge the vehicles meta. We want to merge the car variations meta. And then we want to merge the handling metas. So those should all have been merged together in this output folder. Which if we go here and then we look for the edge, all the way down to the bottom here. Yep, edge, crown bic. Yep, they're all here. Let's actually do the model name. But yeah, they are all there. We don't need the Cybertruck though, so let's look for the Cybertruck. So we're gonna go search, find, we're gonna do cyber. Yep, Cybertruck right here. So we're gonna take out this section of it because we don't need it. All right, that was all that is in that one. We'll hit Control A, Control C. We'll hit File, and then we'll save this file real fast. Control A, Control B. That's a valid XML. Awesome. Now we can close that out. Handling meta. We'll search for Cybertruck right here. We'll take this part out. Just like so. And then we'll look for the, all right, there's nothing else that says cyber. So we'll hit File, Save. And we'll hit Control A to copy it and paste it into our validator to see everything is correct, which is a valid XML. Awesome. And then lastly, the vehicle.meta. Search, find, cyber. We're going to take this item right here and we're going to get rid of it. So go all the way down until we get to the very next one, which is right there. We'll get rid of it and then we'll find next. And we'll get rid of this parent right here. Just like so. And then we will file, save. And we'll make sure that this is still valid by controlling it and copying it, and then pasting it inside of our validator, which it is. So now we're going to go back into our OpenIV, to our LSPD cars, and we're going to take the vehicles.meta, and we're going to put it in there to replace it. Same thing with these other metas, handling meta, place it, and the car variations meta, replace it. Just like so. And then we'll delete them from here. And then we're also going to delete them from in here as well. So we don't want any trace of them anywhere. Except for I might end up having the handling metas together. Like, so I might have this handling meta in here just to have one of them. Car variations, you know, have that here. Calculus, just in case there are other vehicles that do have it, you know. And then levels, GTA 5 vehicles.meta. Okay, so, and don't install add-ons. You can install add-ons. So depending on what one you go with, as far as between QuantV or CoreFX, QuantV has a lot of add-ons that work really great with the game, like your brighter emergency lights and stuff like that. Those are some add-ons that are optional, but obviously because they are an add-on, they will tank on some of your FPS. But my personal opinion, I think they're worth it. In that regard, I think it would be worth it. All right, let's go to our Mustang DLC data, car variations. There's really not much there that I need to touch. I am going to merge them together. So rename them to 2. Rename 2. And then rename 2. And then it is the car variations meta, the handling meta, and the vehicle meta. And I'm going to go to X64 vehicles. Let's see, there are 2 of them. So there's this one here. And there's this one. That's the ghost one. But then there's this one. This is the one that I would definitely be using because I don't want it to be the ghost one. So I'm just going to take these 2 right here. I'm going to drag them out. Yeah, just those 2. All right, let me run the program again. And we will merge the meta file, the vehicle metas, the handling metas, and I think it's the car variations. Which yes, it was. Then we'll go into our output, go into vehicles, and we're going to search up ghost. Just in case it did do both of them, which it did do both. And we don't want the ghost one because we're not using it. All right, so we're going to get rid of this ghost part here because we don't want it in our meta file. So we're only going to install the one vehicle. So it's that right there. This is the ghost one. And then we're going to do next again. And it's going to be this one here. We don't want the ghost. So we're going to get rid of this item here. And then we're going to save it. Yes. And then we're going to do the same thing to the handling meta. I'm going to go search, find ghost. Okay, there is no ghost. So I guess the handling meta doesn't actually have the ghost because it probably uses the same one as the other one, is what I'm going to guess. But it definitely should be inside the car variations is what I'm going to guess. So let's open it up. And let's go to search, find. Yes, this one does have the ghost. So we're going to get rid of this ghost part. Legitimately, that's all there is for it. And we're going to save it. Yes. Now these are the edited XML, so I'm going to end up copying them. So once I get back into OpenIV now, I'm going to go to my DLC packs. I'm going to get rid of the rabbit one now. So I'm going to delete this out. I'm going to go back to my LSPD cars, DLC, common, data. I'm going to put the car variations meta into here. the handling meta, and then the vehicles.meta, which our vehicles.meta and all that is getting very, very big now. Oh, it's getting bigger. And it's going to get a lot bigger when we rename some of the other vehicles as well. And these here, we're going to copy them. So I'm going to, let me make sure that we'll get rid of all of this stuff now. Because they are not here anymore. That's the output, sorry. Vehicle meta, there we go. Okay, and then these are the updated ones. So let's take these out real fast. All right, so car variations. We'll go here. Handling meta. We'll go here. I'm going to minimize this. And the vehicles meta will go here. Okay, so let's actually finish installing the Wayland pack real quick by getting the ELS stuff in here. We're going to take all of these here except for the cyber one because we're not using the cyber. And we're going to go into our Grand Theft Auto 5 ELS pack default. I'm going to take all these and drag and drop them into our XML folder here. That's done for now. We don't need it no more. Same thing with the Ford Mustang. We're going to go into the ELS add-on, and we're going to take this one here, drag it into our XML, into our ELS folder. Just like so. And then we're done with this one. We're going to take the ELS from the Raptor and drag it into there. And then we're going to take it from the ambulance add-on, ambulance 2. That's what it's called, is ambulance 2. And put it there. I think this one does have a replace one as well, which we could have replaced it with the ambulance, but why not? Actually, I think we will replace it with the ambulance, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Yeah, let's do the replace version of the ambulance. Hold on. So let's delete it. We'll go to ambulance, just like so. And then we'll go to the vehicle files, replace. And instead of coming into here, so this is the ambulance here. This is the Rabbit ambulance. So instead of it being like this, what we'll do is just get rid of the ambulance one. We'll delete it. And then we'll go into our LSPD cars, DLC, XC4 levels, GTA 5, vehicles to RPF. And we'll put it in here. And it's going to be right here. So that is the ambulance that we replaced it with, is this one here. So this is the ambulance that will show up each time that we request for EMS. I know we're doing a lot of meta editing right now. And then we'll test out all of these cars as soon as we get everything done with the meta files. Let's see, we didn't do the Mustang yet, but they are right here. These are the Mustang files. Just drag those in. And then we will delete them. Empty recycling bin. right. And then I think the very last one that we have is just the Raptor to do. Which, yeah, it's just the Raptor that's left. So all we gotta do is take out the, this one does have a Carclus meta. So let's take out the Carclus meta, car variations meta, handling meta, and the vehicles that meta. And we're gonna rename these to 2. Rename. Rename. And then rename. And then I'm gonna go X64. There's nothing there, so that's okay. Equals to RPF. Take all these out. There we go. Now we'll go to DLC packs, go to our LSPD cars, DLCs, X4 levels, GTA 5, vehicles to RPF. Add those in. Which this is the Raptor that we just added. Cool. Now we will delete these because we added into OpenIV. Recycling, yes. Okay, now inside of the, go ahead, let's close that out now. Let's go back into the vehicle merger thing. So we have the Carclus meta, the car variations meta, the handling meta, and the vehicles meta. And one thing that I will definitely check just to make sure that we didn't miss it is I'm going to check to see if the other things were added in here. But let's go ahead and let's run this now. Oh, hold on. We can't run it just yet because we need to grab the Carclus meta from inside of here. Common data. And you grab this Carclus meta. Because we need to merge them together. So now we can run the program. So let's go ahead and let's go back by one, run the program. So we're going to merge the vehicles that meta. So let's do 1 to merge the vehicles that meta. 2 to merge the Carclus meta. 3 to merge the car variations meta. And 4 to merge the handling metas. Now output, all those stuff are now in here. So here comes the Carclus.meta. Drop that on in. Car variations meta, drop that on in. Handling meta, drop that on in. Levels, GTA 5. And the vehicles.meta, drop that on in. And we'll delete all these. Delete. 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 And the output, take those out real fast, just so we can add them in the correct place. Carclus. Carclus meta. Car variations meta. Handling meta. And the vehicles meta. Put them all together like that. And we should be good there. Empty recycling bin, yes. Now I'm going to make a double check just to make sure that you can delete this now. Empty recycling bin, yes. I'm going to do a double check real quick just to make sure that none of these other vehicles had a Yeah, if we did replace FBI or police 4, yeah, add-on definitely. So I put this back into here just to make sure that it had no cargoes meta, which it did not. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we just did a bunch of stuff. We can close that out. So we added in 1, 2, 3, and then a couple in here that we just did. So there was that. Let's see the service packs, which is the animal control van and stuff like that. Optionals, ELS support for the animal control truck, which is just the AC. So, but let's go in the game and test to see if these new vehicles are actually spawning in the game and working how they should. So let's close off all of this stuff. Now let's go into game. So we definitely want to make sure this stuff actually works. Okay, the game loaded, so that's a good sign. So the game loading in is a good sign already.
Some of us have to work for a living.
So let's go to F3, go to vehicles modded, vehicle menu, vehicle spawning. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to emergency, and we're going to go to the ambulance if we can find it, which is right here, ambulance. Okay, so the ambulance is working. That's what the ambulance is now, so that's nice. But now we're gonna go into the big section of the added vehicles menu, so let's look into there. Okay, we do have the edge. Let's make sure all these edge vehicles spawn in. All right, edge works. Stage 3 lighting is like that. Okay, that works. This works. Impala, Taurus. Yep, Charger's working. Yep, vehicle lights are active. All right, cool. The Charger K9. Oh, no, just the Charger. Next one's the K9 one. Ooh. That's nice. Axles, the K9 in this one. Cool. So making sure all of these actually do spawn. And that they don't like crash the game or anything like that. That's one thing that we definitely want to look into. Let's make sure that none of them crash the game. Yep, transport van. The Blazer, which is an electric vehicle. Okay. So we'll probably end up getting the Blazer taken out. Okay. The Ram. The Silverado. Okay. So all these work. Now we do need to make sure that the other ones work as well. So we need to go into the Raptor. Make sure its lights work as well, so which it does. Okay. Roadblock active. Awesome. All right. It works too. Now, the only other thing that we really need to test with these vehicles is we need to make sure that they can actually pull people over. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna get out of the vehicle and I'm gonna do force duty. F4, force duty. I'm gonna have it load everything real fast. Okay, press F4 to get out of it. Close that out. And we need to make sure we can pull people over with these vehicles. Okay, yes, we can pull people over with this car. Okay, so yes, we can pull people over. That's good. So if we can pull people over with this car, we'll be able to pull people over with the other car as well.
Hey, this is city property.
Okay, so we've tested that out. These cars do spawn in.
Hey, thanks for calling back.
And we know exactly what they're called. So good. So we'll go to game. We'll go back to our game. Go to quick game. Quick game. And then we're gonna go to our. We no longer need this essentially no more because we've actually no, we do still need this. This is a good idea to have because we're actually going to rename these. So we'll probably rename them to like LSPD and then SAHP. And it's pretty much simple like that. So, but we'll do that in another time. We're going to continue on real fast. Sorry, not grab F5. Gonna go into this file here. Gonna go to the paid section. So we installed the Raptor, the Wayland pack, We didn't do the RAM yet because I don't know. We're gonna go into the other vehicles here. So these we're gonna go into, I think it's maybe, oh, the special service pack. Let's go into this, and then let's go into OpenIV, Windows. Gonna go to mods, update XT4 DLCs, hit edit mode, yes. Gonna take this DLC folder right here and put it there. Gonna go to optionals, and these are the carclist.meta. It has no rear scene lights on the C-Van one, which it doesn't matter because we're not going to be installing the C-Van anyway. So we're going to go to the optionals. We're going to go ELS support, and we're going to get the AC truck one, or the animal truck one. So we're going to go to our Grand Theft Auto 5, ELS, pack default, and take the AC truck one and do that. And this is the corner van. That's basically what it is. So we're going to go into our big Explorer vehicles. So that's what the corner van looks like. However, that's not going to be what we're going to be using. So we're just going to be taking the Ace truck and the Ace truck. We're just going to take these two files out, just like that. We're going to go into the data section now, and we're going to take out all the calculus, all this stuff, drag and drop it out. Right. Then we're going to exit it. So we're going to close this section here. Sorry, not close it fully. We're going to go back to the DLC packs, and we're going to delete this. And we're going to close that. We're going to go into our LSPD cars, DLC, X64 levels, GTA 5, vehicles RPF. And we're going to take we no longer need that open because we're going to take these these four here, go to OpenIV, and we're going to drag and drop them in. And now they are right here. As soon as they load in, there we are. Just like so. I actually did make a skin for it. I don't know if it's going to work though. There's a one way to find out though. I'm going to delete these real fast though. Empty. Yes. F-150 sign. Okay, so let me drag this out so that way I don't change it, right? And I'm going to replace. And I'm going to choose a thing in here. So I'm going to go to my desktop. LSPDFR install. I'm going to go to paid. I'm going to do the animal control sign right here. Open. And I'm going to hit save. And then I'm going to come here. I'm going to do a search for sign. And this is the exact same thing that's right here. I'm going to hit replace. Animal control sign, paste. Save. And we're going to see if it works or not. Because that is a custom one that I made. So I want to see if it actually works. And it does work. Ooh, how could you look at that? I might need to bring that down or up just a little bit, but other than that, it works great. It works really well. It works very well. I like it. Got animal control right there. Yeah, it works. Might need to move it over just a little bit. But other than that, yeah, it works pretty well. So awesome. The skin does work. That's what I was wondering if it was going to work or not. Cool. All right, so now that we have that, let's go back to our LSPD cars, common data. This is where we're going to need to be now. So I'm going to delete this because we don't need it because it does work. That's all I was trying to figure out. Hit yes. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to vehicles.meta and we're going to look for the other one because we don't want it in here. Yeah, the C van. I don't want the C van in there because we're not going to be using it. Just like so. Get rid of it. And then same thing with this parent one. We'll get rid of it. Save it. Yes. I think that was the handling meta. So we'll rename this now to 2. So I believe that is all it has in there now, which is just that. Yep. Car variations. And the C van. We'll get rid of the C van. Just like so. And save it. And then we're going to rename it to 2. Carco's meta. This one's going to be a lot tougher to try to figure out. Because it's going to be probably right. Okay, that is for this one. So this one here is for this. Oh no, and then siren. Okay, animal control. Let's see if it's just the animal control one. Nope, we have the corner van here now too, which we don't want the corner van at all. So let's get rid of the corner van one. Yeah, I think just like that. Yeah. But we'll need to get rid of that one. Let me make sure there's nothing else in here that has the van for it. Okay, animal control, AC truck one. Okay. Let me control A, control C, just to make sure this is a valid XML still. Control A, control V, which it is. Okay. So we'll save this now. Yes. And I'll rename it to say 2. And then now we'll go into the handling meta. F-150EX is what I'm going to say is for that. And then this is the one that I need right here. Get rid of this handling one right here. All the way down there. Just like so. Control A, control C, control A, control V. Valid. Okay. Yes. and rename this to handling 2. All right. So now we're going to go into our vehicle merger, calculus, put that in there. Car variations, put that in there. Handling, put that in there. Vehicles, and put that in there. Run the program. Do our vehicle meta, our car close meta, car variations meta, and handling meta. Just like so. And then inside here, take our car close meta. Oops. Car close meta. Add that in. Car variations meta. Add that in. Handling meta. Add that on in. And then the vehicle stuff meta. Just like that. All right. And then those are the updated ones. So now we will take them out. And we will delete the ones inside of here. Vehicle goes in here. Handling goes here. Car variations goes here. And calculus goes right in here. Just like so. Now for the other vehicles, I'm going to see if I can fix those ones. So that way they can actually get recognized as a emergency vehicle and they actually do what I am wanting them to do. I thought I could just copy the meta files for it and it work, but that did not work, unfortunately. So we are going to take a quick break as I'm going to go upstairs and eat some food. So I'm going to take a quick break and I will be back when we'll continue when we get back. So I'll see you guys when I get back. I'm going to put on some music and let you guys listen to it.
Sometimes creating an ad campaign can feel like you're talking on mute.
Sorry, we can't hear you. Say that again.
But advertising on Spotify can help your business turn up the volume. With our easy-to-use ads manager, you can create new audio ads from scratch or repurpose existing video assets. Then we'll deliver your ad to an engaged audience that is ready to hear and see your message. It's that simple. Learn how Spotify can add more to your mix at ads.spotify.com.
Oh, could this be reality? I don't know which way to turn. I could be the one for you. I could be the one for you.
All right, we're back, everyone. Sorry for that, but I was hungry and I wanted to go eat food. So that's what I did. I went and ate food, and now we are back. Empty all that stuff out. Let me make sure there's no more vehicles that I want to do for the time being, which I don't think there is, but you never know. Okay. So we might end up doing the RAM for this one, but we're gonna move on now. Just for the time being, we are gonna move on, and we're gonna do a couple testing again, just real fast, because we did end up adding in the truck. I had to think there for a minute. We ended up adding in the animal control truck and I think we added in a couple other things as well. So what I want to try to do is I'm going to go to vehicles. I want to try to get these vehicles to actually work. Because these for some reason are not working right now, and I would like it if they did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Google document real quick, and I'm going to go see if there are any comments within the files for those vehicles to see if they are pulling vehicles over or not. So we're going to go to this one, and I believe it is this one here. Let me see just to make sure. Oh, wait a minute. Did we even do the correct vehicle? I don't think we did. No, we did not even do the correct vehicle. So that definitely goes to show how smart I am. But I think it's because of how we wanted it to actually do it. So let me download this real fast. I thought I got the right vehicle though, but I guess I did not. I want the add-on version. I must have done it in a wrong area though. Let me go to my history real quick on LSPDFR to see if I can find the vehicle that I had downloaded. Or if I just downloaded the wrong. Yeah, this is the one that I downloaded. But it was the wrong vehicle. So that was on me. The lights does not seem to be flashing. Set the diffuse tint value to diffuse value. What of course light you replace in vehicle.meta. So I believe there is a reason why I didn't use the other one. I'm going to find out real fast. And I believe it's because it used a different type of sign. Let's open this up. Open. Okay, that did nothing. Open. Okay. And let's see here. Let's go to paid. And then go into our SAHP, sorry. Right here. And then go to speed enforcement. Then we'll go here. Oh, wrong one. It is this one. Oops. Yeah, that is why we went with the other one. Because the sign was working on it. And then with this vehicle, we actually have to change a lot of stuff with it. So that's why we went with that's why we went with the other one. Why we went with this one here. Vehicles. SRT. Oops, SRT. Because the template that this one has, it actually works with the vehicle that we are wanting, because it's pretty much the exact same, but it's a little bit different, but pretty much the exact same, almost the exact same, not quite the exact same, but almost. And that's why we were wanting to try to use it, but that is okay. because what I'll probably end up doing is I will probably end up making this other one, this sign here inside of a download section. This one here. And it has its own car variations. It has a window.ds, but making this one work with the actual sign is what we will probably end up doing. I'll just have to see like what everything is and where it's at on the actual vehicle. Because that says that that's the spoiler right there. Unless I can get it to work with that stuff. Like maybe I can get these vehicle handling metas to actually work with the other car. What it is, it's actually definitely it doesn't have cart lists. It doesn't have. Okay, let's take the handling metas from this as well, from this, right? Just those two things. And then what we're going to do is let's go back to this here, SRT charger. And this is the handling meta that he included with his. But what if we changed it? You know? To do the other one. Let's give it a shot. So let's open up OpenIV. And then let's go into the vehicles.meta. And let's make sure that this is actually how it's supposed to be. So let's let me go through this code here real fast just to see. Okay, let's get rid of the charger blue BB because it means blue and all that. And then go to here. We'll get rid of that. And charger. And yeah, we'll get rid of the parent stuff as well. Just like so. Then we'll hit Control A, Control C, go to our XML validator. Control A, Control V. Okay, this is a valid XML now with just the one handling file, the vehicles.meta. So we'll save it. And it's called the 22 charger. Okay. Yes. Handling meta. .22 charger. That is all that's in the handling meta. Okay. So there's the only two things that we're going to change. We're going to rename them to include 2 on them. Rename and include 2. And we're going to do a test this time. So let's go ahead and let's add this car back in. So we're going to go to EOS. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to go into the SRT charger. Take those out. And then okay. That's fine. Okay. Okay, that is just empty. Which is this one here. That's the super fix. Okay, whatever. So let's make sure that we rename this. So let's take this 22 charger. Control C. And let's rename this. Control V. Rename this. Control V. Rename this. Control V. And then rename this. Control V. All right. Let's close out of this. Close out of that. Let's go to our LSPD cars, DLC, Explorer, levels, GTA 5, vehicles.rpf. And let's add these two. Let's add these in. 22 charger. Okay. Now let's add the 22 charger into our EOS section. Back default. Charger. All right, we'll delete these now. And then let's go into our vehicle merger. Go into the vehicles meta. Put the vehicles meta in there. Go into the handling. Put those in there. Run the program. We're going to merge the vehicle meta, the handling lines. And then we're going to merge the handling. Those are the only two that really matter right now. So output. There they are. Then we're going to go into the handling meta. And we're going to delete these. Vehicles meta. Delete them. And I'm going to go to output. Now we're back into OpenIV. We're going to go to update. X64 DLC packs. LSPDFR cars. DLC, common, data. We're going to take the handling ID. And we're going to paste it in there. Just like so. And same thing with the vehicles meta. Put it in there. Okay, we're going to be done for OpenIV for now. And then we're going to take both of these out because they're the updated ones. Go to vehicle meta, vehicles.meta, put that there. Handling meta, put that there. Okay, empty recycling bin. Yes. Now we will go ahead and we will test the game one more time. And then that's probably where we will end the stream just for today, because we have been streaming for quite a bit of time now. So let's go ahead and let's launch the game to see if it launches. Continue. Awesome. I'm gonna get into the story mode real quick to test everything out. The issue that we've been having with these cars, with two of them at least that have been replaced, is they're not pulling people over. And I'm trying to figure out why. We know it's a metafile issue. I'm not sure where the issue lies. So we're gonna go into F3, gonna go to our vehicle spawning, gonna go to add a vehicles menu. Oops, add a vehicles menu. Okay, so this has it as a sedan, which is weird. So it's not even classified as an emergency vehicle anymore. Still not classified as an emergency vehicle though. Okay. Well, then we will probably do the other vehicle then. Because it still isn't being classified as an emergency vehicle. And we know that by when the lights are on, it doesn't stop traffic. Like, it didn't say that a roadblock is in effect. Even though it has it set to, you know, be able to do it. For some reason, it just doesn't want to do it. So that vehicle is just done. We'll use a different vehicle then. And we'll just spawn them differently. So F3, go to vehicle spawning, add a vehicles menu. Yes, the AC truck is another one that we want to look at to make sure it works. Which it does. And it has, I don't think it has a roadblock feature either, which that's fine because this one really isn't used for that. I believe this one does. I think we should make sure we can pull people over in this vehicle. So let me quickly see right here. Oh, this is Los Santos Sheriff. Oh, okay. Okay, Los Santos County Sheriff. Got it. So I'm gonna make sure we can pull people over in this car. So let's go to F4, force duty. All right. Let's see if we can pull someone over with this vehicle. Yes, we can. Okay. Okay, so that's what the lights are like when you're not in the car. Okay, no problem. Oh, that's kind of nice. That's how they are when we're in the car. Okay. I mean, yeah. Okay. So yeah, these ones work. I don't know why the other cars don't work though. It's a little bit annoying, but that's okay. We're going to get out of the game now. And I'm going to attempt to see if I can figure out why some of these vehicles are not working. So let me go to newest. Okay. So we'll probably end up going back to one of the other ones that we use for some of these vehicles. Like we will probably end up using this Corvette here inside of this. Oop, wrong one. Inside of here, we'll probably end up using the vehicles. We'll probably end up using this Corvette and not this one, because for some reason this one just isn't working. So until I can figure out a fix for it, for this car as well, we probably won't be doing much with them. Just for that, just for now at least. But this is gonna have to do it for this stream. I'm gonna try to figure out some other things on trying to get those vehicles to work. And if I can't figure it out, we just will remove those vehicles from my install list. So we pretty much got all the vehicles that we want so far. There are a couple more things that we're going to do with the existing vehicles that we already have, and that's by we're going to rename them and have them go with something else. So we'll probably end up having the Wayland Edge replace the Los Santos Sheriff Department, because they already have the livery for it, and I actually do like the white livery better than the other ones. So we'll probably end up replacing it with that car, with those ones. We'll see. Because my original plan was just to replace them with the LSPD cars and the highway patrol cars, but we'll see how that goes. But with that being said, we've been streaming for a couple hours now. We got most of our stuff, most of our vehicles added in. I'll try to see if I can fix the other vehicles that we're having trouble with of them not being able to pull over AI vehicles. You follow Champion Boy 417 R6. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I will be streaming again here in another. I don't know if we will do it tomorrow or not, because I do unfortunately have a day job that I go to work to. So I will probably, the next stream probably won't be until next week on either Friday night or Saturday. It will probably be Saturday, because if we do Friday, it's going to be really late at night. Like, it would be 11:30 at night my time if we did it on Friday night. So, and I don't know what the time zone that would be for everyone else, because everyone else has different time zones, but it would be like 11 o'clock at night for me when I would stream on Friday, if I streamed on Friday. Or it would be during the daytime before I go to work is when I would probably stream. So most case scenario with the next stream will probably be next Saturday, just that way I can have some time to do a little research to see if I can figure out why some of these vehicles are not actually loading into the game correctly and not pulling the AI over. So the car will load in, but the meta files that we're using are not working for the car. So that's one thing that we need to go and look into and see why they're not working for the vehicle. But other than that, guys, I seriously hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Game Wolf is out, guys. See y'all.